Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to my 4K Q&A / AMA. So at this point, I am past even 5K, which is crazy, because I only hit 4K, like, a little over a week ago. So, like, this is so fast moving, I don't even know, like, how to react or, like, what to say. It's crazy. I did make a community post, but I'll just say it here again before we get into the questions. Since I hit it so quick, and I'm literally just now recording my, like, answers to the question, since I'm just now doing that after, like, 3 days of having closed the form, I'm not going to be doing a 5K celebration. We'll just make this my 4K / 5K sort of celebration, since I did do a live stream and now I'm doing a Q&A again, because if I was to do a celebration for 5K, it would just be another live stream and another Q&A probably, so, like, there's no point in doing another thing, so they're kind of just going to be combined. But with that being said, thank you every single one of you who has subscribed to me and been with me on this journey. It's really nice, and I know a lot of people have come from the You Flinched During an Argument audio, which was actually a request to me from a listener. So, yeah, really glad that a lot of people liked that, and that it was requested to me, because it seems that it helps a lot of people. So, yeah, just thank you all for being here with me, and thank you for enjoying my content and loving what I do. It means a lot, and, you know, you keep this channel going, and you all make me so happy. So thank you so much for 4K and 5K. It's crazy, really. But with that being said, again, excuse me, for this one, I still had the optional question of your username, and then I kept the pronouns in again, because it's nice to address everyone like that, and then you could leave as many or as little questions in as you want. Again, I also prefaced that I wanted only safe for work questions, so, yeah, so if any of those come up, like, not safe for work questions come up, or if anything that makes me uncomfortable comes up, I will not answer it, but I'm sure all will be good. And, yeah, we might as well just jump right into these questions. I'm gonna drink some water, and then, yeah, we can get into it. So, got a lot of responses this time around, so this might be a bit of a long video, so sorry if there's a bunch of cuts. It's probably gonna be me drinking water, because I'm talking so much, but, yeah, I'm really excited, and we'll just go in. So our first question comes from Raven on YouTube, and her questions are, well, it says, "Hey, so I don't have many questions, but I'll be happy if you put me in the Q&A video. Here are the questions." Oh, of course, here you are. And their first question, where are you from? So I am from Canada. Yeah. I think I only really have that, like, stated in my Twitter bio, so, like, makes sense why a lot of people don't know. So, yeah, I'm from Canada. Her second question, what's your name? You can say only the first letter. So, I'm really shocked. This is my 4th Q&A now, and I'm really shocked this is the only time this question has come up. It's really funny. I would have thought it would be, like, one of the first questions I would get. So, my name, I'll say the first letter. So, the first letter of my name is J. Maybe I'll do, like, a community post, like, after, and, like, get people to guess, like, get you guys to guess. But it starts with a J. Yeah. Number 3, are you a dog or a cat person? I'm a cat person. I grew up having cats. I have a cat now. I'm surprised she's not making any noise. If you're on my live stream, you definitely heard her. Excuse me. But yeah, so I'm more a cat person. I don't dislike dogs by any means, just I'm a person that's, like, really jumpy, so when a dog barks, like, if I'm at my friend's house and they have a dog and it barks, I literally, like, jump, just because the noise, like, scares me. I don't know what it is, but I don't hate dogs. I just prefer, like, owning a cat and, like, having a cat. So, yeah. Number 4. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Cookies and cream has been my favorite ice cream for, like, ever. It's always my go-to. Like, if I go to like an ice cream shop, that's what I want. So yeah, definitely cookies and cream. Don't know what it is. It just tastes so fucking good. 5, if you owned a dragon, what would you name it? That is a really cool question. If I owned a dragon, ooh, I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know. That's such a hard fucking question. I feel like I would want to name it like something related to like what it looks like. Like, you know how in How to Train Your Dragon, like he named it Toothless because it has no teeth. Like, I feel like I would want to do it depending on like what it looked like and stuff. But something cool. Like, I'd want it to be cool. Number 6, favorite music band. I have a lot. I would say my favorites would probably be 5 Seconds of Summer, One Direction, even though they are like solo now, BTS, Treasure, EXO, P1 Harmony. I could list like 10 more K-pop ones, but I'll leave it at that. Number 7, what's your type? I don't necessarily have a type. Like, to me, I don't like in my head, I'm not like, oh, well, they should, like, my type is this tall, this hair, this eyes, blah, blah, blah. I don't really have a type like that. I've never been one to, like, obviously having a type is not judgy, but, like, I've never been one to, like, judge other people, like, what they look like, and, like, I've never been one to just have a type. Like, I've never had an ideal type in my head. So, yeah, I don't really have a type. Like, the only things I would have, like, as a type would be, like, more emotional things, like, you know, someone who's nice, funny, like, loyal, trustworthy, like, you know, stuff like that. But otherwise, like, physically, I don't have a type at all. And number 8, favorite song. It doesn't matter if it's from the band or not. God, that's hard. Ooh, favorite song. I have so many favorite songs. Currently, though, God, I don't know, actually. Oh, that's really hard. Currently, I don't know. One song I've really been listening to lately is We Don't Talk About Bruno from the Encanto soundtrack, so I'm gonna say that. That's my answer. Yeah, and thank you so much, Raven, for all your questions. All right, question number 2 comes from an anonymous on YouTube. And her question is, will you ever do a face reveal? I don't know if you have before in the past. I'm a kind of new subscriber. No worries. I've never done a face reveal. And, you know, like, it's something I've considered. Like, sometimes I just get, like, in this mood and I'm like, you know what if I just dropped a face reveal for, like, 2 minutes and then, like, deleted it? So, like, it does cross my mind, but at the same time, like, being someone who has and, like, still occasionally listens to, like, roleplay, when you listen to it, you create an image of the, like, VA in your head, right? Like, honestly, you get an image in your head, and, like, all you see is that image, and, like, you know, you make it up from, like, maybe what you've seen of their physical appearance, or, like, why can't I talk? But, like, you know, you make it up based on, like, how they've described themselves, maybe, or, like, just literally you just think of what they look like, and, you know, that goes through your head when you're, like, listening to them. So, a part of me doesn't want to do a face reveal due to the fact that I'm sure all of you have some sort of image of me in your head. Like, you have an image of what I look like. So I know a lot of people say, you know, oh, it won't ruin my perception of you and stuff, but at the same time, I do get worried that maybe it would ruin how you feel when you listen to my audios, and, like, yeah, it could just change your perception on stuff. And, like, obviously, if you enjoy my audios and you enjoy them, part of the reason you enjoy them is because you have this image in your head. Like, I would like you to just enjoy it, and I don't want, like, what I look like to maybe change how you listen to the audio or make you stop listening to me at all, right? So, yeah, like, on Twitter, I have posted a picture of, like, my eyes, But that's about it. And I did that like months ago when I don't even think I had 1K yet when I did that. So honestly, like, it's been a while, and I don't know. Like I said, sometimes I get in a mood where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do it, but I don't think I will, just because I don't want to ruin anyone's perception. And yeah, that's kind of just it, to be honest. I'm hoping to keep my channel going for years, like at least 3 to 4 years from now, hopefully, until I'm done university. But, you know, maybe when I go to close the channel, I'll just drop it. So, you know, everyone's curiosity is like solved. But as of right now, I do not think I will. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. It's something I've wanted to address as well for a while. So yeah. Number 3 is from Anonymous. Her question is, I don't know if you remember me, but quite some time ago, I asked how to come out to my parents and they accepted me, so I just wanted to thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You don't need to thank me. I'm just so glad I could help, and that's awesome. I'm so glad they accepted you and that it all went well, because of course that's what should happen. But I'm really glad it went well and that I could help. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me know. Yay, thank you. Oh, that's so awesome. Next is from Cassidy on YouTube, and she says, congratulations on 4K. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then she says, I was wondering, which of your own audios that have you, why can I not read? Which of your own audios have you put out in your channel that is your favorite? What audio of mine is my favorite? Jeez, that's hard. Well, it's not really. I've said this like 100 times. It's definitely just the Enemies to Lovers series. I don't know what it is. That was my first series, and I think I really just amazed myself with how much skill I had and like how well I like did it. I put a lot of effort into those audios, and like they were extremely, like, not extremely, but they were longer than like most of my audios, so I think I felt really good about like how it came out. So yeah, probably my Enemies to Lovers series. And thank you, Cassidy, for the question. Next is from Anonymous, and she says, do you know how to speak another language? If you don't, is there one you'd like to learn? So I partially know how to speak 2 other languages. So those 2, oh my fucking God. Okay, I can't talk. Those 2 languages are French and Korean. So I learned French in school. Here in Canada, it's mandatory to learn French from age 6 up until age like 14. And then your last 3 years of high school, it becomes an optional thing. So I know like French pretty well. So yeah, French. And then Korean, I just decided to learn due to the fact that obviously when I started liking Korean music, I started to really enjoy the culture. And since I want to travel there someday, like I thought it would be best to at least know some of the language. So that one is taking a bit of time, obviously, just because the alphabet is so different compared to French. It's pretty similar. And I'm teaching myself Korean. Like I don't have like a teacher. So like I know more French than Korean, obviously. But I want to continue learning Korean every day. And like French, I try and make sure like, you know, like a lot of it is like embedded in my brain. So, yeah, I'm not fluent in either, but those are the 2 other languages that I can like speak, sort of. And I like to answer like the other part of the question, like, is there one I'd like to learn? I would love to learn so many languages. Like, I would love to be able to like speak Spanish, because I feel like that would be really cool. Yeah, like Spanish. It's so hard to learn like Mandarin or Cantonese, but I think it'd be so cool to know one of those too. So yeah, probably any of those 3. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. Okay, next question is from Jagger. I'm presuming it's Jagger, like the alcohol, from YouTube. And his questions, there's 2, are, would you do yandere role plays? you know what, I've considered it. It's just, as when I first considered it, I was not as like good at voice acting like different characters as I was compared to now. So like now I'm much better at like getting into roles and stuff. So I think I definitely will soon do yandere role plays. I have a lot of requests coming in, so I'm gonna try and do those all within the next month. But I will fit in yandere when I can, because I would really, really like to do it and see like what I could come up with. And his second question: do you have any pets? Yes, I have one cat, which is on my bed. Then I have 3 fish. So I have I have 1 betta fish and 2 tetra fish. Yeah, so 4 pets, I guess. And thank you for your questions. Next question is from Yup with 3 P's on YouTube. And her question is, how does it feel knowing you're making people by the minute, and I really love your videos. Thanks for putting your time in the videos. I'm guessing you meant make people like feel good or happy, possibly. I'm just guessing. So hopefully it wasn't something like make people feel bad. No, I'm guessing you meant like make people feel happy, etc. Something along those lines. So it feels weird. It feels odd to know that I can do that for someone, because I felt to the effect of like other VAs before. So it's crazy to know that I can have that similar effect on somebody. It's just crazy. Like it's honestly an indescribable feeling. I don't even know like how to put it in words. And then they said at the end, love you. Is that weird? I don't know. It is not weird. Love you all. I'm making a heart with my hand right now. Yeah, I love you all, like genuinely. So you can say that to me and I will say it back. Like I find there's so many like people that are like famous or like popular, I guess. Like I don't know, I'm not like popular, but people who have like a fan base of some sort, like when their fans say like I love you to them, they like don't say it back. I'm like, I love all of you, like whatever. Like I will say it, like I love you all so much. Thank you for your question also. Next is from Anonymous, and his questions are, well, first he says, I know I say this every time, but congrats on the 4K. Thank you so much. It's crazy to think you've grown so much in just a month, but at the same time, I think we can all agree you deserve it for all the effort and care that goes into your audios. Oh, thank you so much. That's really sweet. Then my questions are, what's the song or songs that once you hear it, you can't resist singing / dancing to it? So many. Unbelievably so many. One main one is Lotto by EXO. I literally, every time I hear that, I'm just like getting up, like it's fucking, oh my god, I don't know, there's just something about that song where you're like, you just want to dance. So I would say Lotto by EXO is probably my number one. Next, what's something you really like about yourself? Could be physical, mental, personality. One thing I like about myself, I feel that I'm a very empathetic person, and I really feel for other people, and like I've always kind of put like other people before me. So I'd say probably that would be something that I like about myself. And then he says, as always, keep being your awesome self. No, you keep being your awesome self. And thank you so much for the questions. Next is from Anonymous, and she says, what made you start doing ASMR? So like I said, I have listened to ASMR. I still occasionally do, but I like started to make ASMR because after listening to it for a while, I was like, I wonder if maybe I could be good at this, and like I wonder if, you know, like I could make an impact with what I do, because my brain's very imaginative, and I read fan fiction for years. So, you know, I kind of just thought, you know, let's give it a shot, and it ended up turning out really well, obviously now. But yeah, I just kind of was inspired by other VAs that I had listened to and thought, you know, maybe I can do this too. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. And thank you for your question. Okay, next, we have a question from Raptor on YouTube, and he says, any planned series in the pipeline? Currently, I'm like in the middle of a series, obviously, but I don't really have, I don't have another planned in the current moment, but I'm sure one will pop in my head very soon. Like I said, I have a bunch of requests coming in, so I want to try and do those all next month, which they're probably going to take up the whole month, but after that I can definitely throw out another series, because I love doing them and I love like thinking out the concepts and stuff. So yeah, definitely more to come, just I don't have anything in mind currently. But yeah, thank you for your question. Next is from Anonymous, and they said, what made you get into VA? So I just said this before, but yeah, I was just inspired by other people I had listened to and kind of wondered if I could do the same thing. So yeah, it was kind of just a spur of the moment thing, to be honest. And then they also said, I love what you do for us, your subs. It's very comforting and cute. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. I'm really glad that I can make you all feel comforted and that, like, you know, I try my best to, like, interact with you all, like, interact with all your comments, and, like, you know, I always try and ask questions in the community, just to make sure I'm interacting enough. So, yeah, I'm glad that you can feel that, and thank you for your question. Next, we have a question from Anonymous, and he says, not really a question, just want to say thanks for making tough nights more bearable. Wishing the best for you and your channel. Oh, thank you so much, and honestly, thank you for listening to me and, you know, engaging with my channel. I did this to help people, so I'm really glad that it is paying off in the right way. You know, I can understand some days can be really hard, and just kind of hearing some sort of affirmation can help a lot. So yeah, I'm really glad I could do that for you, and thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your comment. Yeah. Next is from CV on YouTube. Her question is, how long do you plan on doing roleplay ASMR for? If you aren't sure, that's fine too, lol. So like I said, I am headed to university in September, so and my program is 3 to 4 years, so I plan to do it up until I am done university. I may cut it down to like 1 audio week instead of 2, just depending on my workload. Like, it might just be a little hard to kind of work around that. But nonetheless, at least 3 to 4 years to come. After that, obviously my adult life will be in like full swing. And it'll just be hard to maintain this channel anymore, but you guys have me for years to come. So yeah, probably 3 to 4 years, unless something comes up and I have to end it early, but I hope not. And then she said, congrats on 4K, you're doing great. Thank you so much, and you're doing great, okay? You're doing amazing. Next is from Anonymous, and she says, what inspired you to begin voice audios? So, like I just said, I was just inspired by other people. I'm not surprised I get this question, because this is like a question I would ask a VA or something, so it's no worries if you ask me it and like I've already been asked it. It happens. So yeah, I was just inspired by other people and wanted to try it out. And then their second question is, favorite food? That's honestly something hard. I love pizza. Pizza has been a favorite for me for so long. It's just like, it's just all the combination of the toppings and stuff, you know? But otherwise, I really like pasta. I don't have like a specific favorite, but just any pasta dish is like, wow. And then they say, don't forget you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. Don't forget you're beautiful either. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh. Next question is from Kagura Lenra on YouTube, and he says, have you ever had any setbacks during your recording sessions, and if so, what were some of them? So the main thing with my recording is kind of background noise. Like, you can probably hear some right now. But my room is right against the front of my building, so a lot of the time you hear background noise like from the street. Like, for example, I remember one time there was like a siren or like a really loud engine from a car, and it picked up in the back. Obviously, like, that sucks, but if it's quiet enough, I just keep it in the audio, because I mean, it's not that big of a deal. If it was like blaring, I would obviously re-record. But I would say my biggest setback is background noise. Like, having the sound from the street is really bad, and also the people that live above my apartment, like noises they make can catch in the audio. So like, for example, like their kitchen is right above my room, so if they drag a chair on the floor, it's really loud. If they drop something, it's loud. If they vacuum, it can pick up as well. So it's kind of just background noise for the most part. Otherwise, like, I don't really have any setbacks. Just kind of like maybe going like blank, like my mind going blank for a little, but mainly it would be just like any background noise. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for your question. Next is from iMad Genius on YouTube. His question is making ASMR a hobby, or do you hope to make a career out of it? It's more of a hobby to me, more of just something I like to do for other people. It's not necessarily a career path I would take, to be honest. Like, I mean, I've had commissions out, and like, obviously for a commission, you pay for your commission. So like, I've had little things like that, but besides that, I don't really see making it like a career. Like, I do it for other people. I don't do it to make money. And you know, the people that do it to like make money, like, props to you, like, you're hustling. But to me it's not about that. I would rather just put out like really good content to make other people feel good. So yeah, more of a hobby, I guess, over a career for sure. And then he said, also, your channel is wonderful. Thank you for being you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being you and being here. It's very nice to have you. Next is from Anonymous, and she said, are you Canadian? Obviously, only if you are comfortable answering this question. I just had a feeling as Canadian myself. LOL. I could be entirely wrong, though, but I thought I'd ask. Yes, I am Canadian, born and raised. That is so funny. I guess just like, it's so weird when you live somewhere, you don't really think you have like an accent, but like sometimes you can just pick up on it. And like, obviously different places in like a country will have different like accent. Oh my god, we'll have different accents. So yeah, it's really funny that you actually picked up on that. So yeah, I am Canadian. Yeah, that's funny. Thank you for asking. That's really cool that you could recognize that. Next is from Robin OMO. Don't know, OMO. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a word or just like letters. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. From YouTube, he says, would you ever do little space audios? I'm not too sure. It's kind of something it's something I've never really considered before. I would have to do like a lot of research on like what to do for that. I'm not sure if it's a concept I can't talk, geez. I'm not sure if it would be a concept I would be like interested in doing, or like that I would even do well. Definitely something I can consider, but I'm not too sure. I haven't really thought about it, even, to be honest. But yeah, we never know what the future holds. And thank you for your question. Next is from, how shall I say this? Melohitobi. Hopefully, Toby. Okay, I'm sorry. I definitely slaughtered your fucking username. I'm so sorry. Hopefully I said it right in like one of the 7 tries that I did. And they're from YouTube. He says, why are you so amazing? Well, why are you so amazing? That is so cute. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Honestly, you all are amazing. You're amazing. Really. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, thanks. I'm really sorry for messing up your username. Next is from Clear Skies. Hey, we're matching. And they are from YouTube, and she said, do you have a dream job? If so, what would it be? Or are you already doing your dream job? So I'm currently not doing my dream job. I'm about to go to school soon for my dream job. The dream job would be a social worker. I love to help people, hence the creation of my channel. But yeah, I just want to help people, make people feel good. So my dream job is a social worker. Yeah, thank you for your question. Next is from Anonymous, and she said, how do you cry on the audios? Like, is it hard to cry just to record the audio? So this is a really good question. So even when I was younger, I used to do this thing where I could make myself cry, and I remember my parents used to always be like, hey, like, cry, and then like I would just like do it. Like, I was able to make myself cry, like, pretty easily when I was younger. So it's not necessarily hard for me to cry. Sometimes, like, when I'm recording audios and I'm, like, crying, using air quotes, I'm not even actually crying. I'm just, like, making the noise and, like, sniffling. I'm glad it sounds very real. But, like, if I do want to, like, actually cry and, like, shed some tears, it's not too hard for me to do, honestly, because I've just been like that. I'm just, yeah. But, yeah, it's not too hard. If I don't actually, like, if I'm not actually, like, shedding tears, like, crying, like, I'm just creating the noise, and I'm glad it sounds realistic. But yeah, it's kind of just all about getting in a mindset and, like, in a headspace of, like, you're sad, you know? And, like, that's kind of how I get the emotion across. But yeah, thank you for your question. Next is from Nick on YouTube and Twitter. Sorry, I really felt like saying that loud because it's in all caps. And he says, what is your favorite movie or TV show? So my favorite movie is It, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Literally best movie ever. And favorite TV show, I have a lot of favorite TV shows right now. I would say probably Euphoria, and I also really love the show Love is Blind on Netflix. The new season is out. Well, some of it is out. So yeah, Love is Blind is really good. I like 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, God, I have so many, but those would probably be my favorites. Yeah, thank you for your question. Next is from Anonymous, and their question is, what is your desired date location? Honestly, like, I'm not too picky when it comes to this. Like, honestly, a dream date for me would be, like, a dinner date. Like, I love, like, just going out and, like, being out and, you know, doing something. So I would say probably just, like, a dinner date, honestly. Like, a restaurant, maybe, like, a park, like, a picnic, like, a park at night. Yeah, that would probably be it for me. Yeah. Next is from Anonymous, and she said, what is your favorite rock band from the 90s? Only if you listen to rock music, of course. From the 90s specifically, I'm not sure. One, like, older rock band I really like is obviously the Rolling Stones, someone my parents have listened to for a long time. I love their music, and I like rock music, honestly. It's not something I listen to on my own time, but I know a lot of it, just because I, like, grew up on it. But yeah, from the 90s specifically, not sure, but any kind of old rock band I definitely love. And then they said, and also I really like your videos. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoy my videos, and thank you for being here. Thanks for the question. Next is from Pineapple Quiche on YouTube and Twitter, and he says, are we going to be seeing any TikToks anytime soon? You know what? I was thinking the other day, and I was like, damn, I haven't made a TikTok in a while. So, yeah, hopefully, maybe I'll make one after this. I don't know. I will definitely get on it. It's just hard because since I don't have my face in, like, TikToks, it's difficult to, like, find, like, even just trends to, like, make because, like, I literally can't put my face in it. But I will definitely look for something and get a TikTok out soon. Thank you for your question. Next, okay, so this question is from my boyfriend. His username is not actually 46 days, so don't go looking for him. But he said, congrats on 4K, almost 5K. Thank you. You deserve it so much with so much. With all the hard work you put in and the effort in each audio. Oh, thank you. Okay, time for an actual question. Why are you so amazing? Why are you so amazing? Why is everyone so amazing? Why are you so amazing? Yeah, so I think I had mentioned it before, but, like, I told you all that, like, my boyfriend doesn't know about my channel, so he was like, I'm gonna ask you questions. So this is his question and what he said. So yeah, like I had said, he supports my channel a lot. Thanks for your question. Okay, so the next question comes from Puggo on YouTube and Twitter. And he says, what made you want to start an ASMR channel out of all the careers in YouTube variety? You pick ASMR. Did someone or something inspired you to do ASMR? So, like I answered earlier, yeah, I was just inspired by other VAs that I had listened to and thought I would give it a shot. And then he says, and how's your day? My day is pretty good so far. I haven't done too much, so yeah, it's been pretty nice. And thank you for your questions. I guess questions, yeah. Next is from Ram on YouTube, and he says, do you play any video games? If so, what kind of games? I do not play video games, really. I'm very bad at games. To be honest, like, I don't know. I can't, like, I don't know what it is. I find most people I know that play games, like, played games growing up, so it's kind of become, like, a thing that they do, but I never really played games when I grew up, so I kind of don't really have the interest in it compared to them. But I do play, like, I haven't played in a while, like Sims 4, that would be the extent, probably. I like PUBG too, like PUBG, I've only played PUBG, like, on mobile, but I really like it. Yeah, thank you for your question. Next is from Mao G on YouTube, and he says, a couple of ones, for sure, let's go. Number 1. Do you follow any kind of routine right before recording, like in order to feel relaxed and ready for it, or you go right off the bat? I don't necessarily have a routine. I usually record at night because that's, like, when I'm available to record. But I don't necessarily have a routine. I just kind of, like, check what audio, like, needs to be recorded next, and then I just hop in. If it's something that I kind of have a, like, outline of what I want to do in the audio, then I have that up, but I don't really have a routine. No, not really. Next, how you come up with the idea of being an ASMR channel, and which moment your inner self said, okay, I'll go for this? So I guess it's sort of like before, like, I was just inspired and I had gotten a mic, because I was going to, make, like, a podcast, which I do have, but it has, like, my personal name in it, so I won't be sharing it, but, I got a mic for Christmas because of that, and then since I'd been listening to ASMR, I was like, I don't know, like, I'll just record it. Like, I didn't even make a channel at first. I just recorded an audio, and it sounded good, and then I made a channel for it, and yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere. To be honest, it was just kind of maybe I'll try, you know? Which kind of audio do you prefer doing, improvised or scripted? Like, which one feels less complicated to you, or which one makes you feel the happiest about the end product? Honestly, I don't script audios. The last time I scripted an audio was, like, a very long time ago. I don't really script anymore. The closest I do to script is, like, when I have series, like, I make a document and I just say, like, part 1, write the title, and then write, like, what I want to happen in that audio, since it is like a progression of a relationship, but I don't really script at all. So I do prefer improvised audios, just because I like to go with the flow of it, and, like, when I record it, I'm seeing something in my head, so, like, I kind of just go with it. Like, obviously nobody is talking back to me, so, like, but, like, I'll say a line and then I'll, like, imagine what, like, the listener would say, and then I just kind of bounce off of that. So I do prefer improvised, as that's literally all that I do, and I find it comes out really well most of the time. It's just going with my gut. Surely you do, but how many times do you listen to your audio so you can make sure that everything's fine with it? I honestly don't really listen to my audio over as much. I listen to certain parts. So, like, if I record an audio and I know it needs no sound effects, I just change the volume and make sure the volume's okay, and then I fade out the ending, and then it's done. Honestly, like, I do stuff in one take for the most part, and just kind of, put it out there. Obviously, a lot of thinking goes into making the audio, and, like, thinking about how long it takes, and, like, recording however long it is. But, when it comes to listening to it over, I don't really listen to it too many times. If it has, for example, like, if it has a lot of, like, sound effects added, like, even just the simplicity of, like, a door opening or closing, I do listen over that part, make sure it's in the right spot, in the right place. Some of my audios I do listen to, obviously, but I don't do it, like, too many times. I just, as long as I feel like I recorded it okay, then it's good. But yeah, I do listen over, like, sound effects and stuff like that. Is there any audio you feel proud of, like, just one you feel the proudest about, or all of them take you the same amount of effort? Honestly, like, I do feel proud of most of my audios, and they all take a lot of effort. Obviously, creating concepts takes time. Like I've said before, I would say my enemies to lovers, for that being the first series I ever did, I feel that I progressed it really well, and I'm really proud of like the sound quality of it, the sound effects, and all of that. I feel like I just did a really good job. So probably that series would be my number one. Do you have any role models to do your best in your audios? At the time, well, I had gotten inspired by the VA I listened to at the time. So yeah, I used to listen to Or Lesson. He hasn't posted in a very long time. I used to be like a really big part of his fandom, but he was kind of the one that had inspired me to do it. But otherwise, I don't really have any role model right now. I guess my motivation is like you all. Yeah. And then he says, hoping my questions are understandable because my English is kind of shit at times. Your English is great. Don't worry. Keep up the good work, and you're actually close to 5K. Yes, I'm past it at this point. Anyways, so congratulations on hitting this milestone. Thank you so much, and thank you for your questions. I really, really like them. Yeah. Next is from Anonymous, and he says, when are you going to start One Piece if you haven't already? I've watched a few episodes of One Piece, actually. I know there's a lot of episodes, and it's hard. I really do like anime. Like, honestly, I like the concepts of anime, and I've watched, like, one, and I'm, like, in the middle of another, but I don't know, for some reason, it's so hard for me to, like, watch it. Like, I honestly don't have a reason for it. It's just so hard to get through it to me. I don't really know why, but it really takes me time to, like, finish an anime. But I've seen a few episodes of One Piece, but if I wanted to start it and like fully bang through the whole thing, I'd probably have to restart. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Next. Okay, now I'm seeing it. So, as I said, hey, it's me/you from the future. Oh, this is cute. Wait. I came here to tell you and your audience will expand rapidly very soon. If you're feeling down or lost, hope that there's always a reason to keep pushing forward. You might be able to see, but there's always a reason. There's no shame in seeking help. Maybe they will help guide you to your reason. Remember, you're strong and strive for greatness. Aw, that is such a cute thing to do. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, I just hope my audience does expand, and yeah, that all goes well with the channel. Thanks. That was really cool of you. Next is from Celery on YouTube, and they said, do you have any plants or just have a favorite one that you don't own? If you do have plants, which is your favorite? So, the only plant I really have is I have this little cactus. It's lived for like ever. Obviously, they don't need much water, right? I really do like cactuses. Like, I find them cute. A favorite plant? Otherwise, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm not too much of a plant person, but I like flowers probably more over like plants, but yeah. And then he said, along with, what's the funniest word in your opinion, or just your favorite word for no reason? That's a really good question. Oh god, I don't know. I say a lot of things. Honestly, what word was it that I used to say all the time? I used to say, I think it was presume or assume. I used to say a lot, and people always like told me that I say it like all the time. So probably those, presume or assume. I don't know why. Funniest word? I don't know. There's so many funny words. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, I'm not really sure. But favorite word, presume, probably. Thank you for the questions. Next is from Get the Reference on YouTube, and he says, what are your favorite and least favorite parts of making an audio? Favorite is probably recording and coming up with concepts. Definitely a really fun part. Least favorite probably just editing it. Like, you know, like lowering the volume, adding in the sound effects, like timing everything that I probably don't like. Why can I not speak? That's probably my least favorite part, to be honest, but I don't really dislike anything extremely. What's your favorite dessert? I like ice cream, but dessert-wise, I really like tiramisu and, like, cheesecake. Fire. That's probably what I would say. What's a fictional event that you like? A fictional event. Ooh, that's an interesting one. One thing I really like when I was younger, I used to like the movie Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I really liked that, and I watched it recently, and I was like, oh my god, that's so good. But I would say, like, I don't know if that's considered, like, an event. Like, I don't know if that's what you were meaning by, like, question, but I would say that is, like, a fictional thing that I really like. So, yeah. And lastly, he said, what's your opinion on trains? To be honest, I don't have an opinion on trains. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't really have an opinion. But thanks for asking. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion. I guess I like trains. I've never been on a train, actually. But, yeah, thank you for your questions. Next is from... guessing that says Losserat, I'm guessing, on both YouTube and Twitter, and he says, what made you start ASMR? So I've answered this a few times, so I'm just leave it, but yeah, so I've said that a few times. I was just inspired by other people. And what's my favorite thing about it? There's a lot of things I love about ASMR and, like, having a channel. I would say my number one is probably just, like, seeing the reactions of you all, like, seeing who's there first, who's commenting, like, stuff like that. I would say, honestly, my favorite thing about it is just getting that feedback and seeing everyone's reaction. It really makes me so happy to see stuff like that. So, honestly, it's just how you all react to it. That is, like, my favorite thing, probably. And thank you for the question. Next. From Anonymous, and she says, do you play any games? If so, what games are you playing? So, like I had said before, I'm such shit at games, so I don't really play games, honestly, and I don't have, like, a console or anything. And then they said, if not, I recommend you play Life is Strange or The Last of Us. They're both really good games. Oh, I will definitely check those out. Not sure if those are PC games. I'm guessing they probably are. But I will check them out. Thank you for the recommendations. That's really awesome. I would love to, like, get into it a little bit. And thanks for the questions. Next is from Toxic Wafer on YouTube, and she said, do your parents know you have a channel, lol? So they do not. It's kind of something I really don't know how I would bring up, like, hey, I pretend to be, like, people's, like, girlfriend. Like, how do you say that? They don't know. I'm sure if they knew, they would just, like, support me and, like, you know, be happy that I'm, like, making people feel good. But yeah, they do not know. And then she also said, P.S. I love you. Yo, I love you too. Again, making a heart. Yeah. And then last question is from Cynthia on Twitter. And she said, in what country would you like to live and why? Honestly, well, I live in Canada right now, and I quite enjoy it. But otherwise, like, if I had to pick somewhere else, like, I would love to live, like, somewhere in, like, Europe or something. Like, honestly, that would be really, really nice. Maybe somewhere in Europe, or just somewhere that's warm all the time. That would be, like, the best. Like, somewhere that's just warm. I hate the snow. So probably just anywhere that's warm, to be honest. Be perfect for me. So, yeah, that would probably be my answer. Thank you for the question. And with that being said, everyone, we have finished our 4K and 5K Q&A/AMA. I want to say thank you to everybody who asked me a question. It was great answering them all. And just thank you to everyone for being here. Like I had said before, just thank you for being here and, you know, being with me on this journey and listening to me. It truly means the world. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. It is much longer, like 20 minutes longer than my other ones have been. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and just thank you all so much, and I will see you whenever my next audio comes out. Not sure when I'm going to be posting this, so don't know if it's, like, going to be a Monday or Thursday, but yeah, I will see you in the next audio, and hopefully I catch a lot of you in the next live stream I do. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you all so much. Yeah, bye.